Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you. Jtwes, Joey, Tasha, William, Elliot, Sam, and here we just film what we do outside of work. Everybody's got to work. Everybody's got a job. Well, you know what I mean. People work off, but this is what we do at home, and what we work all week for is to get home so we can do this. So today we're cultivating some sweet corn. This corn has been planted twice. So we planted it one time and got a pretty good stand on it, and the crows eat it up, and we put this system up here, which Sammy's taking down today. And we'll walk through here in a second before we cultivate it, and I'll show you. So what you may see on today's video, you may see some corn plants getting covered up, or some even cultivated up. So what I'm going to attempt to do on the tractor is I'm going to attempt to say, okay, because what it is, some of the first planting has still, that made it through the crow bombardment, it's here. So what I may do is, whichever one's the better stand, the old or the new, is where I'll deviate with the tractor. So don't be surprised if you guys see that. We're gonna plant some Jimmy Red here, you know, in a little bit on the other side over our replant it. Crows got into it. The Hastings, it's about, I looked at it again this morning, it's about an 80% stand. It is in that V, so we're gonna see how much. I'm gonna have to try to let it grow as much as I can before I go in and try to cultivate it, because what's gonna happen, it's gonna push dirt down in there. And if it's tall enough, it's okay. It'll plow good. But if I have to cultivate it before it gets what I call some leg on it, and leg on it means a little height, before it gets some height on it, then I may have to knock the dirt out of the way before I cultivate it. You hear that, Will? Something in the woods. Anyway, all right. Electric fence, doing good so far. No deer tracks. We did step up to a 25-mile rated fence, 1 jewel. I grabbed it with my hand, and it's got a little more bite to it. I'm thinking, and maybe some of you guys know, I'm not going to try this to see if my theory is correct, but I'm thinking that my boots may insulate me a little bit when I grab an electric fence. I'm thinking it may be worse if I'm barefooted. I don't know, but I'm not going to try it and see. I'll take y'all's word for it. Y'all let me know which way it would be. But anyway, let's get some more fencing taken down, and we'll get this thing started. All right, so here, it's not bad. It's kind of a mix of both. This plant, these two were some new, and then this was some of the first growth here. See here's a good example of what I was talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the first growth. 1, 2 of the second planting. I'm probably gonna let the rolling cultivators, I'd like to save them both, but if it won't, I'm gonna let it eat these two off before I do these. But hopefully that's what I'm talking about with some of the dual growth there. Here's another good example over here. Dual growth. Second planting, first planting. I'm gonna let it come closer to eating that up and saving this. For one reason, that's actually off center, but and it'll work itself out, because once we get down a little bit, it's all new, because the crows got it every bit from there on out. So it won't make no difference at that point. We've went through and hoed it a little bit, and got some, what I have learned to be curly dock out. Wild sweet potato, looks like it to me, got a big root on it. But curly dock is what you guys have told me it is. We've got that out, or hoed it back. I don't think you can ever really get it out, but we've got it under control. So we've done that. We just need to cultivate it, and it's a beautiful stand here, and hope to show you some good video. All right, guys, so you always have a plan, and the plan was that whichever one had the better stand would be the one I take out. I told you that in the beginning of the video. Well, it's actually got enough room to get both of them in there, so they're close enough where the rolling cultivators will, some of the old, some of the new, it'll get them both in there, and we'll just leave it. Pretty good stand. It's you know, barring no thunderstorms, anything like that knock it down, we you know, we should, Lord willing, have some sweet corn this year. Albeit I was counting up on my fingers and toes this morning, and I said, well, when are we going to the beach? And Lena told me, and I said, okay. we may have Silver Queen in full kernel when I'm gone. I hope not. I hope it's a little before, just right when we get back would be great. So we'll see. But it's plowing good. It's a little hard. It's amazing to me. It seems like this land that you make up. If you remember, I made this up pretty early. The land, it seems like you make up when it's a little colder, not just cool, but cold. In early spring like this, it always seems to be a little harder than some of the later stuff that you might make up on into May. It seems like it's a little softer. I guess that ground temperature has a lot to do with it, but I rush out every year and try to get this corn out as early as I can, but it always just seems like between crows and frost or just cold weather, it always seems like it's at least May 1st before either A, it starts growing good, or B, you start getting a good stand on it. So, I don't know. I'm sure next year we'll be trying to put it out April 15th again. I say that now, but I'm sure that's probably what'll happen is I'll do it then. But so we got to get rolling, and appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoyed this first cultivating on the Silver Queen. Again, we're using, for all the guys that may be new to the channel, rolling cultivators. I almost hate to say what I got on the back of this tractor because I get a lot of questions about it, and I personally feel bad that folks can't ready available find them. It's almost like finding gold, but they're 9 by 12 shovels or 10 by 12 shovels, I believe. Shovel feet are what they called, and does a great job. We're gonna finish this up. Got some planting to do, get some planting done, and hopefully get everything in the ground except maybe my tomatoes. I got a fellow at church, Brother Charles. He raises my German Johnson tomatoes for me. He has greenhouse tomatoes. He sells them to farmers markets and stuff like that. And he raises my German Johnson. So we're looking forward to them, get them in the ground, get them growing. And I think Will may buy some bell peppers to finish off one of the rows of potatoes we have on that other garden over there. But anyway, y'all have a good week, a good day. Thank you for watching with us, and God bless you, and He loves you, and we'll see you later. Thank you.